Hey everyone, welcome to the first video of the channel, and today we'll try to show you how to fix a broken bicycle seat. So let's go! That's the broken thing, and we are going to fix this thing. Ta-da! First of all, we need a plier, a resin hardener, a super glue, and wrench the bolt opener. But
I forgot the piece of...
So, an aluminum plate, and finally the screwdriver. Now I'm screwing the suspensions, or what you call the shock absorb, since the seat rod is attached to it and we cannot put it back to its original place without separating the suspensions from the seat rod. Because earlier I have tried so hard pushing it down to its place, but it doesn't even matter. That's why I have to unscrew those and separate them, but it seems to be. Here we are, done with unscrewing, but why is still stuck, man? Come on, come out, bro, come out. Ah, there you go. I'm just wondering, I should have called the black guy Khaby, the TikTok star, which could have been a helping hand for me. Anyway, let's get back to the work. Now we need to put the rod hook through these holes. And we gotta squeeze the rod in order to insert them, but doing so with bare hands, it's quite tough. And that's where the plier comes in. Therefore, moving towards the squeezing. Yep. Nice and smooth, and a little bit of camera adjustment. Again, here we go. Now moving towards the inserting, and of course with some difficulties, no problem, it's totally fine until we're done. Yep, there we go, and inserted successfully. Look at that, a bit of satisfaction and a bit of camera adjustment. Ooh, looking nice and horrible at the same time. Okay, now it's time to put everything back to their place, but before that we have to push this thing a little bit onwards with force so that this thing can sit on its base properly. It isn't difficult, but it will be easier, and we shouldn't forget the suspension. Oh, I completely forgot about the suspensions. We have to put the suspensions in between the base and the top before actually we do the screwing. And one thing about the suspensions, this is the key part of your bicycle seat because it maintains all the pressure generated while we are sitting on it. No matter if we are sitting on the frontward or we are sitting on the backward, it tries to maintain all the pressure in the middle. And it also prevents the hurting when we get down from any hill surface or footpath to the ground. But despite having such admirable suspension, how much it got broken, I'm gonna talk about it later in this video. It's screwing time! A little bit of resin has been deployed, and now we are going to put some resin hardener in order to get a nice gray mix of resin, which we will use to attach our aluminum plate to the seat rod. And then we have to do it really nice and clean, but we have to wait a little much longer than we expect because it needs to dry, and it takes so much more time than the usual super glue. And again, I forgot the plastic spoon that comes with the raisins in order to mix them. Since I don't have them, I'm gonna use my screwdriver to mix them. After mixing the resin, it will look shiny like this. Now we're gonna put this thing over here, which will cover up the entire part of the rod hook, using some super glue on the plastic so that it will help the rod hook to stay on its place. And now, little bit over here, little bit over there. Yeah, nice and cool. We should be more careful while pouring the super glue because it is so dangerous and so sticky compared to the resins and so hard to remove. Let dry the super glue a little bit, wait for a minute or a half, then we will put this thing over here. And lastly, we need to put the aluminum plate on the edge of the rod hook, the top corner of the rod hook, and we will have to wait until the resin dries, approximately 2 hours or 3 maybe. So we will just wait and see how does the result satisfy us.
2 hours later.
2 hours of time waste and the result of the racing. Fascinating, man. Fascinating. Alright. It's not a big deal. And we can redo the racing because the rest of the thing is totally fine. But no. What? It's moving. No problem. Maybe the other is okay. We can redo the Super Bowl. But what the? Guys, the whole thing is mess. And the screwing is also a mess. Total waste of time, man. Total waste of time.
Who are you? You miserable, presumptuous young tackle. You're no artist. An artist respects the craft and deserves the foundation of creativity.
As promised, now I'm going to talk about my seat, how it got broken, and what was the actual reason behind it. In terms of cushion, the seat is obviously looking quite soft and comfortable. And the same goes for this seat that I newly bought. But the question is, what makes the other seat pretty much outstanding? And here are some key points to be noted. Let me just grab the old one so that I can show you clearly. Look at this, how curvy is the seat from the bottom to the top. It has so much up and down. And it doesn't have a straight line even in the middle. Whereas on the other hand, this seat, first of all, it has quite a straight seat rod, and as well as the suspension is bound to it quite firmly, and that's an amazing thing about it. And one more thing about the seat is the front plastic, which is an ABS material and screwed with 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple screws, while I had this seat with a tiny plastic attached to the surface with only a single screw. And even the mount of the screw was so weak that it got broken so easily and the hook came out. Last but not least, if you take a look at this seat, the seat rod of this seat is oval shape, not a hook coming out like the previous one. Eventually guys, I don't recommend fixing an old seat. No matter how long have you been using it or how short you have used it, it is better to buy a new seat, because seat like that doesn't really cost that much. Probably it will cost maybe around $10 to $15, and if you're in Saudi Arabia, you can find it easily in your local store within 50 riyals maximum. So rather than wasting time on fixing it, it is better to buy a new one. Thanks everyone for watching. If the video seems helpful to you, please consider subscribing and let us grow through your recommendation in the comment section.
তুই সাহস থাকলে সামনে এসে থামাইয়া যা দেখি এই মধ্যবিত্ত করে স্বপ্ন দেখা যায় না নাকি দেখ জেলখানাতে বন্দি করা স্বপ্ন গোলাকার এই রাজ্য আমার রাজাই আমি রাজত্বই আমার এই রাজ্য আমার রাজাই আমি রাজত্বই আমার